Sawarini. A low droning pulse, not loud enough to record, not quiet enough to ignore. It never stops. No source, no direction, just a relentless vibration pressing against the inside of your skull. In a small town in northern New Mexico, people began hearing something that shouldn't exist. Taos, New Mexico, a high desert town of 5,000 people, surrounded by the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. Artists live here, writers live here. People come for the silence. But in the spring of 1991, residents started filing complaints about a strange hum, a low-frequency sound, constant, invasive, like a diesel engine idling somewhere just beyond the horizon. They checked the roads, they checked the power lines, they checked every mechanical source within miles. Nothing. The sound had no origin anyone could find. Then something changed. It wasn't one person, it wasn't two. By 1992, hundreds of Taos residents reported the same mysterious sound. They described it the same way, independently. A deep, pulsing drone. Worse at night, worse indoors. Some said it rattled their teeth. Others said it kept them awake for weeks. It's like someone left a machine running underneath the earth, one resident told a local reporter. The complaints reached Congress. In 1993, Representative Bill Richardson requested a formal investigation. A team of researchers from the University of New Mexico, Los Alamos National Laboratory, and Phillips Laboratory arrived in Taos with sensitive acoustic equipment. They measured everything: electromagnetic fields, seismic vibrations, atmospheric pressure changes. They placed microphones in homes where the hum was reported loudest. The instruments captured nothing unusual. No anomalous, low-frequency sound registered on any device. And yet the hearers were consistent. Roughly 2% of the population could perceive it. They weren't confused. They weren't imagining it. Many had no prior knowledge of other reports. They pointed in the same direction when asked where it came from. They described the same pitch, the same rhythm. Families in quiet homes were losing sleep, developing headaches, reporting nosebleeds. One woman said the hum had been continuous for 3 years, without a single moment of silence. But here's what nobody talked about at the time. Taos wasn't alone. The same mystery sound had been reported in Bristol, England, since the 1970s, in Largs, Scotland, in Bondi, Australia, in Windsor, Ontario. Hundreds of locations worldwide. The same description every time. A low, persistent drone that only some people can hear and no instrument can reliably detect. The Taos hum wasn't a local mystery. It was a global one. Some investigators believe the hum is mechanical in origin. Industrial equipment, gas pipelines, electrical infrastructure operating at frequencies below normal human hearing range. In Windsor, Ontario, researchers eventually traced a similar hum to a steel plant on Zug Island, across the Detroit River. The vibration matched, but there was a problem. Taos has no heavy industry, no factories, no major pipelines running beneath the town. The nearest industrial facility is over 50 miles away. Others have argued the phenomenon is biological. Spontaneous otoacoustic emissions, tiny sounds generated by the inner ear itself, could create the perception of an external hum. This would explain why only 2% of the population hears it. It would explain why microphones capture nothing. And yet, otoacoustic emissions are typically high-pitched. The Taos hum is described consistently as low, around 30 to 80 hertz, and people who hear it say it changes in intensity depending on location, which an internal ear phenomenon should not do. One theory suggests government or military activity. Taos sits within range of several classified research facilities, including portions of Los Alamos and Kirtland Air Force Base, infrasound experiments, extremely low-frequency communications, underground testing. All could theoretically produce vibrations below the threshold of standard acoustic equipment. The official report concluded no evidence supported this, but the report also acknowledged their instruments may not have been sensitive enough to detect what the human body was sensing. And then came something nobody expected. In 2009, a research team used highly sensitive infrasound microphones capable of detecting frequencies below 1 hertz. They measured atmospheric microbaroms, Faint pressure waves generated by ocean storms colliding thousands of miles away present everywhere on Earth, but normally imperceptible. The measurements showed these waves were amplified in certain geographic basins. Taos sits in one. The human body is strange. We hear with more than our ears. Bone conduction, chest cavity resonance, pressure receptors in the skull. A sound too low for a microphone's diaphragm might still vibrate a human ribcage. The 1993 investigation measured the air. Perhaps they should have measured the people. What remains unexplained is the selectivity. Why 2% and not everyone? Why some nights and not others? Why certain rooms in certain houses and not the room next door? 30 years of research, multiple government inquiries, dozens of published papers. The Taos Hum remains one of the most well-documented acoustic mysteries in modern science. No single theory accounts for all the evidence. A low, droning pulse beneath the desert, not loud enough to prove, not quiet enough to dismiss. Hundreds of people in a quiet town, hearing something that instruments say isn't there. What frequency sits below our technology, but above our threshold of pain? The Unsolved Vault. New cases every week.